Hello guys, I've been asked to show you how I would engrave one of my panels. So here we are in front of me. I've got the VHF panel faceplate and we're in the design of Fusion 360. All we need to do is go to manufacture and we need to tell Fusion what our setup is. So I click new and we actually are in the right plane of orientation for my CNC machine. All I'm going to do is move the center point of axis here to the corner, so that's where I'll set the 0. Yeah, as you can see the box is a little bit too big, so we go to stock and I'm going to remove no additional stock. That puts it down to the exact size of the unit. I'm going to click OK. So the first thing I need to do is cut the holes in the internal side of the unit. And I'm going to select 2D contour. I'm going to select the tool, and the tool I use here is in aluminium. It seems to cut my perspex really well, and I've got a 3.17 flat end mill. So I'm going to select that. It puts all the stats in for me, which is fine. And the people that are asking is how do I select the contours? Okay, so we go into the contour tab at the top here and then we go along, and all I'm going to do is select the bottom ones of each thing that I want to cut. There we go. So that's all the internal cuts done. I'm going to hit OK, and I can already see that they're trying to cut that in one pass, and I really don't like that. In fact, we've got a warning triangle there. So for me, I like to restrict it to 1.5 millimeters per cut. So that's going to be multiple depths down here. And I'm going to raise that to 1.5. It seems to cut fine. And just to speed things up, I like to keep the tool down. And I think that will do. Let's see what happens now. That's much better. Apart from the fact it's got a finishing pass, which hopefully we don't need. Let me see if I can turn that off. Lead in, lead out. There we go. I'm going to switch off the rough final. Can just about fit it on the screen. There we go. So hopefully that's better. Just going to quickly check with the simulate button. Going to click stock and I'm going to hit play, and that should cut out what I'm expecting. In fact, I can speed this up to make it look better. That's good. Right, and as you can see, I've missed these 3 holes here, and I know why that is. It's because the drill bit I'm using, or the flat end mill, is bigger than the holes can cut itself. So I'd have to switch to a 1.59 flat end mill. But you get the general idea. So that's how you do your internal contours. Now I want to engrave, so I'm going to select 2D engrave. There it is. Once again I need to select the tool, and I use V-bits. So I've got a 3mm V-bit with a 45mm chamfer. I'm going to double click that, and this bit is a little bit fiddly. Over to the contour tab, and you want to select the surface contour, not the one below the surface, not that one there, otherwise you'll find that the bit really digs in, and there are certain letters that you have to pay special attention to, and A is one of them. I'm going to select that contour there. If you forget to select the internal A there, you'll put a massive hole in your bit of perspex. So it is a bit time consuming. As you can see, we've got to select all the text. O is another letter that's a bit that you really don't want to miss the internal part to. There we go, contest. Oh, in fact, we've got this circle that we can also engrave. There. The M. So I've selected the wrong one there. That's naughty. Let's get rid of that. There we go. R is another one that you've got to be careful of because it's got an internal contour. Okay. Is that everything selected? It is. What I'm going to do is hit OK. And that should be it. We've got no warnings on the left here for the engrave line. We have got a warning on the contour line. We know why that is, and that's because I've selected a too big a cut bit. Again, I'm going to simulate and see what happens. Hit play. I highly recommend that you simulate each one and then check the results afterwards. This will point out if you've missed an internal contour where it tries to drive the engraving tool through the bit of perspex. That looks good. That looks really good. There you go, you can see that it's cut away the bits that we want. And that's the engrave function done. What I'm going to do for the time being to make this one working unit, I'm just going to edit this and I'm going to deselect the ones that are too big. I'm going to trash that, and trash that. Hit OK. Now that should get rid of away, should remove the warning sign it has, and it's fully happy cutting those holes. Of course, we've now got all the internals done. What you need to do now is create the external cut. I'm going to cancel that because I've just realised there's a much easier way to do that, and that's to duplicate this. There we go. I'm going to highlight it, I'm going to edit it, I'm going to get rid of all the contours, and then I'm simply going to select the external contour. Now why did that not select all of it? That is a pain in the bum. Aha, I saw it. There it is. That's what we're after. I'm going to hit OK. Now that should take all our settings across. So it's going to do it in 1.5mm depth of cut. And what I would do now that everything's selected, I would always do the engraving first because that's going to save me a tool change. So I'd fit the V bit in the CNC machine. I'd hit engrave. I simply post this button here. I don't have my CNC machine connected to this computer, but if I did, I would then just hit post and send it to Mach 3, which would then cut the panel. It would engrave it really. Oh, it's not liking that. There we go. And for the second one, you can join them together. So it'll cut the internals first. If you press shift and left click on the second contour, it'll also add, and that way it will join them together. Once again, I'd click post. I would change the program name to 1002 so it's not overwriting the previous one. Hit post and send that to the CNC machine. And that is how I cut my panels through Fusion 360. I hope that points you in the right direction, guys. I'll catch you later. Bye bye.